My advice to young people trying to make a career in Northland would be to get out there and get involved. You know, Duluth and Superior, they have some pretty incredible organizations when it comes to networking and business connections, but also when you get involved in your community and you find interests that are outside your professional work, then you really become part of the community and you're a contributing citizen of that community, and that's just more investment into this area.
In a nutshell, I would say that you need to not just work hard, but work really hard and work more, sleep less. Continue to, I guess once you think you've achieved your goal, go beyond that.
I would suggest encouraging young people to embrace the community. We've got a lot of good things going for us here in Duluth and the Northland, and to have passion for what they do. To make sure that what you spend the bulk of your time doing is something that inspires you and enables you to inspire others. Because our careers are great opportunities for us to give back and truly enjoy what we do and leave things a little bit better than we found it.
In my opinion, if you find what you love, you take chances, and you work hard, you'll be well on your way in the professional world. People in the Northland I've found to be very friendly and open, and that they're interested in new and innovative approaches and techniques, and that if you just ask, I'm a big advocate of it never hurts to ask, and if you just ask, you often will find someone who's willing to help you make your dreams come true.
Alright, well, my advice is pretty simple. It's make your goal, stay focused, persevere after it, but have patience. It might take you a while to achieve it. I know for me, I had to wait 3 years after college to work in my part-time job before I got my full-time career. So have a little bit of patience. Also have a balanced life. Go out and enjoy Duluth. Go out and enjoy the Northland. Duluth is the #1 outdoor town in America now, so go out, hike, bike, walk the lake walk. If you're not that much of an outdoorsy person, say, you know, when it's -40, go see a show down at the Playhouse. So go out, enjoy life. That's what you have to do. That's the main thing. But stay focused for your career.
Anybody new trying to create a career or move to this area, I think it's just important that they hone in on what they truly love to do and make sure that they put a quality of life first, and that whatever they would do will provide for them if they do it with passion as the catalyst. I moved up here and I started the Duluth Coffee Company, and started a coffee company because that's what I love to do, and I wanted it to be in this area just because I wanted this area to be where I lived and where I raised a family. And so, you know, for me, it's just been following my passion day after day, and it's continued to grow and provide for me more than I thought it ever would.
So my piece of advice to youngsters in the Northland would be, you can have a dream anywhere, why not have it here? Make a point to get involved in your community, join clubs, organizations, churches, find ways to get connected and network with people.
I think what I ended up doing when we moved here was I just got involved. Like there was a few organizations, the ones that I'm associated with and that I found, and that was kind of my niche. So I think you find your niche and you get involved, and then you meet more people and you just become kind of more into the community, you become part of it. And so I think that makes it a lot easier to make a transition when you're moving from someplace else.
My first piece of advice is to ask for help. People around here really want you to succeed, and if you're especially starting a business or looking to create your own career, I think people are really in it to help you, so don't be afraid to ask for advice. Take advantage of the brand that Duluth has. We go out selling our gin and our Aquavit, and we tell people it's from Duluth, and they say, "It's from Duluth?" And that's all they need to know. So if you're starting a business, take advantage of that natural brand.
My biggest piece of advice probably is make connections. It's a pretty interconnected area and people like to be connected, people know each other, and there are a lot of resources kind of embedded throughout the community and a lot of things out there to help people make careers, innovate, do that. So make connections with people, don't be afraid to ask for help. You have to be willing to work really hard. You might not have weekends for a while if you're starting your own business or really trying to make it, it may not be a big community, but it's a vibrant community where people work really hard and are passionate about what they do. It's an amazing, wonderful place to live and to work, and so, whatever your ideas are, or your passion is, kind of follow it, because it's a great place to be. So if you want to be here, you need to work.
I think fresh out of school, you're looking for that perfect job, and what I've come to realize is that your job will change and it will morph, and what you're doing now may not be at all what you planned 5 years ago, and what you're doing in 5 years may not be at all what you plan now. However, choosing where you want to live versus limiting yourself to where you want to work is a much better approach, and I was told that when I moved here to Duluth, and it's rang true. I've been able to navigate a few different career opportunities and still live at the same address.
I like to tell people to try and connect with as many people as they can, either from different age groups, different occupations, or different backgrounds. And then I tell them to try and step outside of your comfort zone, and then you never really know where your next opportunity is going to come from, and it's more than likely going to come from those connections.
The key for me has really been building community in both my career and life. I know that can be overwhelming to somebody when they're moving to a new place, and luckily the people in Duluth make it kind of easy because they're so friendly. My husband and I have been fortunate enough to be a part of a number of communities that have supported us in our careers and with our children. But now we're at a point where I feel like it's important to build upon those foundational communities. And so I've really found a role being building bridges between communities that weren't necessarily connected before, because there's something really fulfilling about being able to bring people together, no matter what their common thread may be. So there's something really great about being able to walk down one block in Duluth and not be able to make it to a destination because I'm stopped, because we have to have a conversation. So that's when you're in a community, and that's when I feel like I'm home.
If I had any advice for making a life in Duluth, it's get used to and get comfortable with the weather and enjoy everything that Duluth has to offer. It's a beautiful community musically and outdoors and just events. There's so much going on in Duluth. And then if you're pursuing a career in Duluth and you're a creative, outgoing person, I think it's a great place to start your own business, to find your niche, to promote yourself. You will be supported by the community around you. Growth isn't always guaranteed to be fast or easy, but I think it's worth sticking around because it's a community that does want to see you succeed ultimately. So just keep going when the going gets tough. Don't give up, and just appreciate other things in life, because there's more to life than just your job.
My career path didn't take exactly the path I thought I would have taken if I had been in the Twin Cities when I moved up here. So the advice I guess I would give young people looking to start a career up in the Northland is that both the joy and the challenge of pursuing a career in Duluth and in the Twin Ports is that the next really great opportunity that's going to come along might not be exactly the one that you have mapped out in your head. So to really be open to what's going to come next and to be ready for it, because it may be even better than what you had anticipated, and to be prepared for that.
I think this is a great area to live and work, and it's very rewarding. You may not get as much financially as you might if you live somewhere else, but if you're willing to be committed to what the community needs and creative in how you go about addressing things that seem important in your community, you can be really successful and have really a very rewarding life here and be very successful career-wise. And that I think is really the key, though, to be really connected with what seems important and seems to be needed in your community, and be really committed to creative problem solving and figuring out how to meet the needs, because they're out there and it's really fun when you figure out how to fit into the big picture wherever you live. I think in any town, but I know I found that in Renshaw.
The suggestions I have for young people looking to make a career and a life in the Northland are, first, make sure you make connections. Especially, I work in the nonprofit world, and so connections are really important because we're constantly collaborating with other agencies. And really, if you know more people, the more people you know, the easier it is to get things done. Secondly, when applying for jobs, experience and knowledge is key. So I really suggest taking time to do some volunteer work or do an internship to gain experience and really allow yourself to find your niche here. And finally, the Northland is a really beautiful place to be, so make sure you take time for you and enjoy it.
Well, I would say that being good at small talk definitely helps. But besides that, choose things that you're passionate about. It makes it a lot easier to put your time and energy into it. Immerse yourself in the community and give back to the community. Some of your greatest connections and best experiences will come from community service. It also helps you build your network, and that's something to be very conscious of, your network. Work your network, build your network, and make it work for you.
Advice I'd give to young people looking to make a career in life in the Northland is, one, be intentional about who you meet and make sure it maps back to your goals for your career and for life. And two, concentrate on filling up other people's cups. I think I heard this phrase the other day that oftentimes people are focused on filling up their own cups, and it's those who make an impact and really bring good to a community, those people who fill up other people's cups. They're the ones that make a difference. They're the ones that leave a presence in a community long after they're gone.
I would say the most important thing to do is to give back and be involved in the variety of opportunities that are available here, whether it's through your faith community or a trade association, your neighborhood, to volunteer and get involved in the things that you're passionate about and that you care about, because that's the way that you meet wonderful people and make those lifelong connections.